that the lead we had in the nominations is going to increase during this campaign and during this election. I think we have carried out a very vigorous issue-oriented campaign, exposing the shortcomings of the county government, not fulfilling the provisions of Schedule 4 of the Constitution in terms of the function of the county, including not putting proper structures of county governance without village councils and without the city management board and the city manager. So I think wananchi of Kisumu County have realized that they're the raw deal in Governor Ranguma. And in my manifesto, I put out very clearly what we're going to do, and this county is going to be different in terms of development and management. I've described Kisumu County as a county of great potential, but a disappointing underachiever. That's what I said about Kenya when I became Minister of Planning and National Development, and we made Kenya different. I will therefore make Kisumu different to realize its potential.
Should you not win, what next?
That is not a question on the table. I will win.
Okay. Maybe lastly, some people have described that nomination process to have been a flaw in the structure within the party, saying that perhaps you even got the tickets unfairly.
No, all parties can't manage that kind of universal suffrage nomination. Not a single party in Kenya can manage it, because if the IEBC is having problems with universal suffrage, what about political parties who have neither the institution or the governance capability to do so? So you have to understand this, what I've always said when I was Secretary General of ODM for 10 years, that we'd better copy the Conservative Party and the Labour Party in Britain. The Labour Party tried to do what we are doing, and even an advanced democracy like Britain, they couldn't. So they copied the Conservative Party and realized that candidates by a party should be selected by a party. In fact, that is what the election law says. You are not compelled to have a universal suffrage, a kind of nomination process, when you can neither do it nor do it effectively.
So far, how can you describe the process now that you are voting?
What I've seen here is pretty good. Rata is always like this, you know. This is a very civilized polling center. But unfortunately, certain presiding officers all over Kisumu County have failed and refused to understand the regulations. When we met at Imperial Hotel with the county returning officer and all security agencies, we interpreted the election law very correctly. A party can present an agent at a polling station. Where a party does not do so, candidates must be represented by their own agents. And that's what we agreed. And now we find that in certain polling stations, presiding officers are refusing agents of candidates. This is completely ridiculous. And from here, I'm going to see Mr. Mukok, the county returning officer. Even yesterday, I was in his office to remind presiding officers to obey the law. But I think certain presiding officers just don't follow things. So they should admit agents of candidates in every polling station.
Have you had your candidate, your agent, bad from?
Oh yes, in Kambudi, they are bad. In down here in Opande polling station, and about 2 places in Moroni, several places in Nyando, even in Kisumu Central in Obunga. I've got reports which have reached me, and I'm telling all presiding officers all over Kisumu County to obey the law. If they don't, I think they'll face the consequences of the law after this election process. We agreed in the Imperial Hotel. Yesterday I was with Mukok in his office. He agreed, and was also very frustrated that certain returning officers at sub-county level, especially the returning officer of Kisumu West constituency, Mr. Omar, I talked to him, Mr. Mukok talked to him, and still he has not given proper instructions to his presiding officers. I'm very disappointed. And I also talked to the returning officer in Seven Sub-County, and still certain presiding officers in Seven Sub-County are not doing that. So I think this is a very serious matter, and I would like to speak in behalf of all candidates that presiding officers should follow the law.
There has been reported cases of faulty machines, especially in Rabur and Moroni. Have you heard of the same and also Mr. Jai?
That is why I'm going to Rabur and Moroni from here. Yeah, because these are the things we are sure are not going to happen. And I did understand some days ago that some 70 voter identification machines when they were on their way here went missing. So I don't know whether they've been replaced by faulty machines. Those are some of the things that we must correct very quickly. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.